Welcome back. We are here for Brindlewood Bay Golden Grifters episode 6. Yeah, full disclosure, it's like I am not on my game. So
So
we'll
we're gonna
see
throw
how
her
this
all the
goes.
curveballs.
Oh well, I mean, curveball away, because I mean, like I'll either fly by the seat of my pants, or we'll just see how fast this crashes and burns, because that's what we do.
Either way, we're here for it.
Okay, we are totally here for the train wreck. Absolutely.
Choo choo.
Choo choo. All right. So again, yeah, our mavens have taken a little road trip and they found themselves in a tiny little place called Devilwood. And yeah, what's been happening to the travelers who go missing in Devilwood, and who or what is responsible? Complexity 8. All right. So let's take a look at our mavens. We have Peril, who has a condition. This is new and not okay. We have Cynthia, who has by the light of the moon. And amazingly enough, Mazi doesn't have any conditions. I got to rectify that. Yeah, I got to rectify
Oh,
that.
thanks. I see how that is.
I see how that is. Absolutely.
How we were friends, Matt.
So basically our point is to resolve the mystery by confronting the person or entity responsible for the missing travelers and putting a stop to their actions. Okay, so let's go ahead and have each of the mavens give us a recap of what they remember from last time. It's been a little bit. Again, what you remember from last time, what we're going to try and accomplish, and let's take a look at the mystery. So complexity 8. Oh my god, we have like 12 clues. What the heck?
Not enough.
So as we're I know you guys wanted to explore Devilwood a little bit more, and so totally fine, that's cool, but at some point this session we're going to take a look at it and theorize. All right, I mean, like, come up with whatever seems to be a great explanation, and then we'll take care of it. Okay.
I got some ideas. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, you don't necessarily have to use all of the clues. Again, you just want to, for a decent roll, you want to make sure that you have at least as many clues as the complexity. So this way you're not rolling on a negative. All right. So yeah. Let's start with Mazi. What do you remember from last time, or what do your notes say from last time where you ended up?
Well, my notes promptly stopped at the diner, apparently. That's as far as my brain got that night. But in the gist of it, Pearl went to the restroom. I rummaged around at a brochure rack, and Cynthia stayed at the table. Pearl found a ghost and a body hidden behind a panel. And then I found Bessie Johnson's death certificate, kind of tucked into the brochure rack. And Cynthia found some very nice long claw marks along the wall next to our table. We were concerned about Pearl's length of time, so I went to visit Pearl in the restroom to make sure she was okay. She showed me the creepy hole in the wall with the body, and I found a backpack which we rummaged through, and I found a couple more things. Then there was an incident in the bathroom, according to us. Then there was pie. And then after that we went back and got, thanks to the chat, we got in our ninja outfits and went snooping on the top floor, I believe. I think that's where we basically left off. Maybe that's as far as my brain got. So
I remember some of the things we found on that top floor.
I could
We
look at the
found
cheat sheet.
a room with a bunch of computers that was evidence of a secret government project. We found a very nice office with an idol of an ancient god and a blood-stained altar. That's not worrisome or anything. And Cynthia went out on the balcony and met that raven again.
And we did salt everything, so we're covered.
We might be an exaggeration.
I salted everything. So we are covered. Someone's carrying the team here against the spirits, all right?
Okay, so where did we leave off our mavens from last time? Are we at night? Like, are you safely ensconced in your room? I believe, like, somebody had pulled off, like, at least some kind of vulnerable, if I remember correctly. Like, when we were, like, kind of getting you guys ready for bed. Or did you want to explore Devilwood at night? Woo!
Ooh.
I mean, you could
Ooh.
choose to
Peril
do so,
says
or you can zip to right to the.
no.
I mean, that's up to you.
Risky. Probably should go to bed. My hips can't take it.
I mean, we are older ladies with early bedtimes.
Okay, that's fine. All right.
Reasonable, not early. Reasonable bedtimes. All right. All right. Come on.
Somehow I just picture the three of us sharing a hotel room having some sort of odd little friction, like weird little habits.
I'd
Oh,
like
I
to
don't
hear
know
about
who
those little
wouldn't-
habits.
Who wouldn't want to share a bed and close quarters with Mazi?
I definitely do not smell like gasoline.
Good.
Weird that you would mention that out of pocket, but
I'm just
glad to
saying.
hear it.
If you smell it, it's not me.
I have a feeling Pearl, like, gets up and down during the night, not necessarily so much going to the bathroom as just toss and turn for a bit, get up, do something for a bit, go back to bed. She's trying not to disturb anyone, but it's still happening.
Do you want to, just out of curiosity, like, if anybody gets up in the middle of the night or what have you, does anybody want to try and do a meddling move or have a scene together or something like that? I mean, I'm perfectly happy to run with that for the nighttime.
Sai is a very sound sleeper. She's got the mask with the eyes on it and the earplugs with the dangles. When she's out, she's out. So no chance for Sai.
Does Caviar, is Caviar kind of quiet, or do you think, I mean, like, how do you
Or
think
is he a
Caviar
cat?
Or
Yeah.
is he a cat?
I know how my cat is. It's like,
It's 3 a.m. Time to party.
right, it's time to sing or do something. Yeah, I get you. Okay, so, like, how's Caviar at night?
Well, I can tell you that when I go to bed, Caviar goes to bed. But again, I'm asleep, so I don't know what he does during the night. I think there's probably a possibility that he has cat business to attend to that I'm not aware of. However, I would like to point out that he has a matching set of little kitty night thing that he goes over his, and he has the eyes on it. No earplugs. We tried that once. It did not go well. But yeah, I mean, he's a cat when it comes down to it. He's definitely knocking around at like 3 a.m. for sure.
Checks out.
Would he go to someone else for attention or affection when you can't be awakened?
Yeah, he would go to everybody else. Anybody else.
Pearl's
Everybody
not
and
much of a
anybody.
pet person. I mean, she likes him okay, but she's not one of those, oh, sweet animal, let me pet it, people like I am. So, you can see her just being like, move the cat off. No. Cat comes back, move the
Oof.
cat.
Which I have a feeling that Caviar is immediately gravitates towards you for that reason.
Sure,
It's like,
yeah, of course.
you
of
want to
course.
pet me, wow. You want to be with me, wow. I mean,
Basic perversity of cats. Yeah.
yes, exactly. It's like the ones that they're like, no, stay away.
The more you don't want them, the more they want you.
Exactly. Okay.
Mhm.
So, and then what about Pearl and Mazi? It's like, if you're not down for the count, I mean, like, and if Pearl's like kind of like restless or anything like that, do you want to do anything or talk or,
I think being in a different place, Mazi would be a little bit restless. Like at home, sound asleep, but here, new sounds, new smells, whatever. So basically just anything that seems a little off, maybe like, huh? Hmm? So hearing Peril get up every time is like, everything okay? We good? We good? Just like maybe by the third or fourth time Peril gets up to shamble about, I'd probably get up and go downstairs, maybe like try to find the kitchen, see about getting a drink of water. I'm not planning on leaving the grounds, and I would tell Pearls I'm just going to get water. I might look out the windows, but I'm not going to go outside.
I'll come with you.
Okay. Before we walk out, I will grab Caviar in his sweet little face, and I'll be like, guard her.
Fluffy bathrobe, slippers.
Oh, I
Yep.
don't even do the bathrobe or slippers, man. I'm free. I have a nightgown on, but I'm free.
Okay.
Just to be clear. So yeah, just shuffling down. And yeah, I would, as we're going down the stairs, any windows we pass by, I pause for a couple of seconds and kind of like push the curtain aside, peering out, just taking scope of what's out there.
Go ahead and for funsies, go ahead and roll. Yeah, roll me meddling with. It's a little different than the between, so I have to make sure I know what I'm talking about. Roll me some from sensitivity.
That would be a total of 1.
How? Oh God! Wow! That's well, that's something.
Starting off strong, guys. Starting off strong.
Oh my God! Meddling move.
Is there a
It's just it's a
fail?
keeper. It's a keeper reaction. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. What kind of reaction can I have?
Besides, oh boy.
Who boy, indeed. So I'm gonna just say that you're looking out. I forget what floor I told you were on.
I think we're on the second.
Okay, second floor. I mean, like it's enough to be able to like look out onto the streets, or what have you, and then also try to see like kind of the fountain that you had passed with the unsettling reliefs on it. You see that there's every other light that has winked out on the street. So it creates this strange pool of light effect where only certain things are illuminated. And then when you look out, there may be a figure wearing a tattered raincoat or trench coat. Can't quite tell from this distance, like in one of the pools of light. And he's got like a shiny bald spot on his head. And he kind of looks worried as he's standing underneath one of these street lights. And maybe it's a trick of the light. Maybe you're just really tired, Mazi. But I mean, you just feel like you can't see his legs. Like for whatever reason, it just looks like he's kind of just hovering in the air. You see what looks like that raven, a light on top of that particular light post. And it's like its beady little eyes are looking right at you and going, "Nunca más." Somehow you hear it.
Tempted to just be like,
I mean, you can if you want.
That's what I would do probably. But probably Mazi would be like squinting, maybe like clear her glasses. Pearl. Does that guy have legs?
What an opening! It's got me looking.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, and scoot over and like let her look out the window.
I think you recognize, Pearl, that it's your acquaintance from the bathroom, Walt.
Mhm.
And as soon as the raven caws its message, then Walt looks up at it and then somehow zeroes in on you two looking outside the window. And he's kind of reaching out like, and then there's this flash of darkness that goes across as he's reaching past, and then Walt's gone. As if he got snatched up by whatever passed.
You saw that, right? I'm not like half asleep.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you should look out the next window first.
Or we could stop looking out windows in the middle of the night.
But I still want to know about the weird rat thing that you saw. Because I think she was the only one that saw it before, right?
I was.
Okay. Yeah, so we still
It-
haven't seen that again.
It had a human face. What can I say? I mean, it had a face like a person. Which is more wrong than you think. This was not like cute Disney kind of. No.
Oh, gosh. No, nothing in Disney is cute. Come on.
No, it
So-
was very unsettling.
So you make your way downstairs. I mean, I think you are hearing the tick of a clock as if there's like a grandfather clock or something that is, just kind of doing its pace of time. But you don't see a grandfather clock anywhere, either in the foyer or in the hallway. You just hear it. You both hear it.
Definitely looking around for that, like trying to like hone in where the source of that ticking is coming from. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing our backgrounds
Yeah.
and knowing things that tick, would I know Mazi might have an elevated response thinking, okay, things that usually tick usually also go boom at the end of the ticking.
Okay.
Would Pearl have this sort of
Pearl's experiences have been largely very nonviolent. Like punches thrown now and then or something, but not not bombs. So
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I might be the only one then of the group that's a little bit more heightened in the, Fast and Furious zone.
yes, definitely.
I love it. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So I'm looking, but I definitely look a little bit more concerned,
Mm-hmm.
probably.
You all right, Mazi? What's up?
Just ticking. I don't ticking usually comes with a timer. And I'm like looking around to see if there's anybody else like
Clock?
a timer that something happens at the end and I'll make like the explosion with my hands.
Oh,
Either as distraction or as
destruction.
distraction. Yeah. So just keeping an eye out.
Yeah. Okay. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah. All right.
Could just be me. Could also just be a really nice, very loud mechanical clock somewhere in this house.
I just don't
Oh.
understand why we hear it so clearly without it being right here. I mean, in some sorts of structures, I might think that it was in an air duct or something that was making it echo, but that does not seem right. And if we find out that there was a grandfather clock in this place before the mysterious fire, and the clock was destroyed in the fire and not replaced, I'm sleeping in the car from now on.
That's right. Wait, remind me out of character about the fire.
We found a newspaper clipping, which I
Right.
forgot to mention in the recap.
Okay.
about a mysterious fire in this place.
Okay. No, I think that'd be fair. I think haunted, weird ticking clock that may or may not be a countdown clock to something would be bad. So, yeah. Should we hurry up
Either
and get our
half of
water?
that is worrying.
Either ending of that.
Yeah, well, either the haunted ghost clock or the countdown is bad enough. If it's a haunted countdown, then ugh.
Yeah. All right. Let's get that water and head on back upstairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you find the kitchen. I mean, looks like a regular kitchen, albeit a little bit bigger because of the amount of things that would be cooked here. You know, given this is a
Like people.
hotel B&B kind of thing.
I like that you just did. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're cooking people? All right, cool.
Oh no, I missed that part. I mean, like I was like, no, I'm like you're just cooking for people. I thought that's what you said.
There was no 4 in there, just cooking people.
It's
I
a
mean,
cookbook.
I noticed that you still haven't given us a clue from your cozy moves. So it's like you still can put
It's
a
the
thumb on
people.
a scale here. Oh God.
We're cooking the people. Got it.
Oh God. So yeah, that's something that you want to come up with before you guys like hit
Ugh,
theorize.
yeah.
So because of all the nonsense that can possibly happen during the day, I'm gonna say it's like, you know, you make your way to this kitchen, you take out, you get some water from the tap or what have you, and everything's like relatively fine. And you make your
And
way
I
back to
am
bed.
not looking at any windows.
Right. Not looking at any windows. Gotcha. Okay. So
I'm definitely doing that thing, by the way, that you do when you go to like your friend's house where you rummage through the cabinets and like look at stuff.
Aren't
Like
you
I find the
meddling?
cups.
Right.
No, I'm just more like poking around, like, okay, cups are here, plates are here, spoons, you know, like look in the fridge, like, what are we gonna have for breakfast when it's time? You know, just kind of taking stock, not really planning to do maybe grab juice instead of water, you know. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Mazi's definitely nosy though.
I mean, I just
Uh-oh.
feel like it's
No.
feel like
I don't want to
it's
find more
inspired
dead bodies and random. I can't roll any worse, right? Actually, I can't. That's true. I cannot roll any worse. I've rolled 2 ones
Oh my
That's
gosh.
true. That's true.
with a -1.
Look, let's not tempt. I mean, I know it's impossible, but
Statistically unlikely, but not impossible.
You know what? Just for funsies, I'm gonna
Oh, no.
say that as you
Oh,
are rummaging and doing your usual
I
like
find a mousetrap. Snap.
the ticking of this clock is it's not soothing necessarily, but you're very conscious of it. And I think that when it does strike the hour, no matter where it is, I think instead of like a normal like grandfather clock that you hear, it sounds like church bells. This is not a clue in any way. This is just a little bit of a detail. So when it strikes the hour, and you can tell from your if either one of you has either brought your phone to act as a flashlight or have a watch on, then you know that it is striking the hour, and it is very bell-like.
I would probably turn to Peril when we hear it and be like, that is definitely not a grandfather clock, is it? I don't remember
Not
seeing a
the kind
church.
I've ever heard.
Just put a pin in it. We'll come back. We should definitely tell Cynthia about this. Wow. This place is weird.
Yes, it is. So let's just say that you guys make your way back to your room and the night passes with no further incidents. So I'm gonna say that yeah, I mean, wakey wakey eggs and bakey, maybe there's like a little bit of something that could be available downstairs if you want it. How late do you think you sleep?
What time does the sun come up?
6.
Pearl will get up when other people get up, but she is not happy about it. Pearl is not a morning person. You have learned that on this trip.
Mhm.
Oh,
Pearl is
no.
not a morning person.
Oh man. Well, anyway, whenever you do decide to get up, I think that you will find that if you look out the window, it's rather overcast. And actually, there's a little bit of a fog to the ground. Like, it's like it's got that kind of, kind of can't see things in the distance very well because, I mean, it's like rather thick and yeah, casts like a blue filter through things. So
Definitely making a grumpy look. I'm like looking out the window at the like, not a fan.
no.
Limited visibility makes it difficult to drive. Focus on the
Among
goal
other
here,
things,
guys.
Yeah.
You do see like the woods amidst all of this like kind of mist and fog, and then you can see in the distance, you can see the oldest building in town. I don't know if anybody mentioned it to you, but Casa Montez. And then there's also the abandoned sawmill in the distance as well.
Montez? No.
Yeah. Courtney told us about it. Told us not to ask any questions about it, which immediately makes me want to ask a lot of
Oh
questions.
yeah. Oh,
Um,
Montez is the name. Okay. For some reason I was thinking
yeah.
of something else.
So I think Casa Montez needs to be checked out, and I am curious about the sawmill too.
Oh yeah. I am definitely curious about both of those as well. Sai, what do you think?
Sai is definitely a morning person, having slept so soundly. She's just bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and whistling and throwing open curtains and just greeting the day. Unusually chipper for Sai. And I would say that she's probably having a cup of black coffee and trying to plan out the day very vocally. So, where are we going today? Are we gonna check out the definitely haunted mansion up the road or the definitely haunted sawmill up the road? Also, what are you guys interested in for breakfast? Because personally, I like to have a little fruit with my breakfast, sometimes some yogurt or some cottage cheese, but I think it's also important to have a healthy dose of fiber in the morning. And I don't know what you two are like, but I
Hand
definitely
over the
need to
mouth.
get my
Pearl is just sort of huddled over a cup of coffee.
Now, mind you, this is the we're still in the room, like kind of like, getting our grumpy selves up. Because in which case it's like, when in the light of day you see it's not the newest machine, like, like the hotel coffee machines, like, for the instant.
Oh, I have a feeling it's terrible, but
Yeah.
Pearl just cares that it has caffeine.
Yes.
Yes. And even if you want to say that you have brought, excuse me,
Our own K cups.
or
Death
or
Wish.
right, or like French press, even if you want to get fancy about it, there are.
Mazi definitely strikes me as somebody who would go for Death Wish coffee.
That's what we
I'm
drink at my
definitely
house.
packing a French press in my suitcase.
There you go. So yeah,
Pearl will happily drink good coffee. She will drink bad coffee without too much objection. That she regards it as fuel, not
Does it taste
something
like
to
actual
savor.
fuel? Ozzy will drink it.
That's true. I mean, like, motor oil runs through her veins and stuff, so that's not a surprise.
Right.
Okay. All right.
I'll probably take my coffee, throw it in a thermos, and step out and like take a look at my car just to make sure it hasn't been like tampered with, and while they're figuring out breakfast stuff.
Would you say at that point that you're fully dressed and like kind of like ready for the day?
I'd say probably have like maybe not fully dressed, but I've got, maybe like my outfit on, but then I just got a pair of like house, like those house slipper type flip-flops on or something, just to kind of shuffle around until we're ready to go. Maybe my like hair and makeup isn't done. I just basically taking my coffee, maybe chomping on a bagel or whatever they got, to snack on, and just kind of scoping around my car, making sure it wasn't messed with.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say at this point, like when you do so, I think you see a very official looking individual that's like, kind of around the car.
My car?
You're right. Yeah. Around
Excuse me,
Jojo.
sir.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
assuming you took Jojo, right? I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, you see he's of an athletic build, tall. Looks like he's kind of got like as you near closer, I mean, like, he's got like two large dogs that are kind of sniffing around Jojo. And he's like, you can see that he's got a scarred face. He's got even in this misty, foggy morning, he's got sunglasses on. So, and he's got jet black hair underneath his official looking hat, and kind of has a little badge like on his breast pocket. And yeah, he's letting the dog sniff around the car, and he sees you come up and it's like kind of does a little tip of the hat a little bit. Says, yeah, is this your car, ma'am?
Yes, it is. That'd be Jojo. Take a big swig of my coffee.
Jack Wolf, Sheriff, Devilwood. You visiting for any particular reason?
Passing through, we're heading over to a convention over in California. I think that's where it was, right? So kind of doing some sightseeing along the way, and this town has some interesting sights to see.
It's got a few. Yeah, it's got its pull. Just be careful now. I mean, like, you seem that you are of the wise but advanced years, and you wouldn't want anything untoward happening to you, if you go poking around places that you shouldn't.
So as he's saying this, I'm taking like the most like scrutinous bite of my bagels. I'm just like narrowing my eyes. He's implying that I'm old. I'm just like, just like chewing it very slowly. I'm like, I'll keep that in mind, officer.
Oh, I mean, the way I see it, I mean, them that goes looking for trouble deserve anything they get, I mean, Devilwood ain't got the resources to go chasing after those who don't have the good sense to keep their noses out of places they don't belong.
You seem to keep throwing this word trouble out a lot when all I said was we're here to sightsee.
I mean, some people may go looking for trouble even if they don't intend on it. Just want to give you just a friendly look out.
Slurping my coffee very obnoxiously.
In the meantime, he's kind of like looking down at the dogs who are like sniffing Jojo, and then like kind of coming up to you and just kind of like They both like will not at the same time, but they'll both come up to you in their own way, and then they'll take a sniff, and then they'll just go, oh, oh.
Like that concerned whimper sound.
Kind of. I mean,
Okay.
and they'll kind of shy away from you.
I don't know if they were like drug dog alert sounds or like,
No,
bomb
yeah.
squad dog sounds.
No.
What sounds we talking?
It's a
Yeah,
plant. She's innocent.
Look.
Well, I mean, like, they wouldn't leave you alone if they, if they spotted anything like untoward, but like, he actually looks puzzled and kind of scratches his head underneath the hat. It's like they seem to be a little bit bothered by your scent, ma'am.
The
That's-
scent.
that
The scent's
hasn't
either
happened
gonna
before.
be the sheets upstairs and I thumb over my shoulder to the house behind me, or the chocolate pie from last night, sir. If you get my drift.
Oh, you had the chocolate pie. Yeah. Elsie does try, I will say. She does do her best, but sometimes those experiments don't go very well. Yeah. Well, here's me wishing you a safe trip. Enjoy your visit to Devilwood. And again, don't get in any trouble, you hear?
Of course. And if I do, where would I, and I'll point kind of down the street, like to the buildings, where would I call upon you on it?
Oh, no worries. It's like, and then he pats the dogs. It's like, Hunan and Munin over here will let me know if there's any trouble.
All right.
He just gives you that look behind his sunglasses again, and then moseys on.
As he like moseys past, I will go and just like do that thing where I like lean against the side of my car, watching him with like narrowed eyes, just like got too close to JoJo.
Yeah.
Scratch the paint.
Exactly. So anyway.
Memo, I should be the one to talk to cops. The three of us.
No.
Well, Mazi now gets the condition marked by Sheriff Wolf.
Ooh, can we have a car chase?
Oh my God. Oh Lord. I'm starting to think Dukes of Hazzard now. The show, not the movie.
Do I get to
Well,
have
here
like
we are
really,
again.
really short Daisy Dukes and slide across the hood?
You make me wondering how we got ourselves in this pickle.
God dang. I don't know why. I just really like that show, even though it was just like so cringe. Oh my God. Those guys were cute. I'm sorry. Ugh.
They were. In the season they had the blue light special knockoffs of them because of the contract disputes was just not the same.
It was not the same. No, I'm sorry, but I mean,
Boy and Vance were just not.
No. The original, man. Sorry. Such a weirdo. Anyway. Okay. So everybody's like, whatever. I mean, like, and again, you can head over to Elsie's because I mean you can get breakfast there if you haven't like already packed snacks and
In
you
a
know, your own
place
pickles.
with dead people in the walls. No, thank you.
Heck yeah. It's flavor.
Flavor.
It's like reusing
Dead
the
people
cooking
in the
oil.
walls.
No, thank you.
Heck yeah.
Oh, thank God for road snacks. All right, great.
Road snacks or roadkill?
Oh Lord. Okay, so again, I mean, I will allow you to explore a little bit more if you want to, but I mean, like, I would like to see Theorize in this session, and then you have to figure out, like, what the hell's going on.
I have a strong feeling that we're most likely to find answers at Casa Montez. Because warning people away from the sawmill that sort of place, when it's been unused, etc., could be physically dangerous, yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
We were told not to even ask questions
It's true.
about Casa Montez.
Extremely suspicious.
That's a whole new level of sus.
You
That
could just blaze up in there, not ask any questions.
Let's immediately go there.
And was because I remember from I don't think it was last session, but I think it was the session before. Who the hell knows? Because my memory's shot. But I mean, somebody wanted to pay a visit to Bessie Johnson.
I did before we found the death certificate.
Okay.
That made me a little twitchy on the subject.
What? It's like, she's partially, mostly,
Possibly.
maybe dead. Who knows?
Undead, re-dead.
We don't.
I'm still
Pseudo.
keeping the possibility of visiting with her in my back pocket, but
Okay.
I think in the morning, like, as you're making your way downstairs to do whatever you're going to do, I think like Millicent Osborne, the guest house manager, she's going to be like, she'll be at the counter and what have you, and I will suggest doing a meddling move to kind of like eke out of her, like, any possible information about Casa Montez. So
I'd be happy to take that on if
okay,
others are agreeable.
hold on, let me see if there's anything weird that I want to apply to
It's
you.
fine.
for
I'm
that.
probably thinking you guys are doing this maybe while I'm out with the sheriff.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm not going to apply the condition towards your talking to Millicent, because I mean, like,
Okay.
she hasn't really been weird. She's just been distant and kind of brusque. So you've dealt with these kind of people before, so that's not a
Sure.
surprise. Sure. So excuse me, meddling with presence. Yeah.
Okay. Good golly. That's a 3.
What is with these wackadoodle rolls today? My God. Oh my God. All right.
I've offended her, I guess. Or
I
something.
guess, my God. I mean, like, she just, I mean, like whatever, like too early in the morning, bad coffee. I mean, farts from the pie that you had last night. Who the hell knows? But yeah, basically it doesn't go over. Okay. So I'm going to say this is what happens, doesn't go over very well. And like Millicent practically slams the guest book closed and stuff. And yeah, and then just kind of like won't talk to you, or you can use a crown to adjust that roll.
Let me look
And
over.
and just be reminded that not only do you have access to your crowns of the queen as well as the void, yeah, crowns of the queen and the wells the void, but there's also crowns of the wood.
Oh yeah.
So I will say, if it runs the same way, Crown of the Woods, yeah. If you decide to go with one of those, then it's going to require this crown from everybody, even though you're applying it to just your role.
And what is the Crown of the Woods? I mean, what?
Let's see. There's actually 3 choices here,
Ooh.
and I'm just trying to think of which one would be. Let's go with the creepiest option. So if you want to go with Crown of the Woods, I'm just going to tell you what it is. Each maven describes a disturbing dream they had the previous night.
I think we should go for it. Yeah.
Okay. So that bumps up your roll to 7 to 9.
Okay.
And this is for, give me a second. All right, meddling. 7 to 9. Complication, either with the clue itself or complication you encounter while searching. Keeper will tell you what the complication is. Give me a second. I'll figure this out. Okay. So she doesn't slam, and she doesn't get offended by anything that you're doing because you didn't do any offensive things. And so what she lets you know she kind of scoffs at the whole, like, like people not talking about it. It's like she kind of dismisses Courtney as, like, just a kind of silly kid, um, and says it's like, oh, yeah, all sorts of legends around Casa Montez. I mean, it's the oldest building in town, dating from way before Devilwood was even founded, back to the days of the Spanish conquistadors. I mean, it's kind of, what do they call it? The sprawl? It just kind of like sits like a big growing thing out up in the hills. And they actually put a wall around this. I mean, it's I guess a villa, I suppose. But they put a high wall on it. Can you believe it? I mean, it's just like so fancy. Ugh.
So has it been sitting empty for a long time, or does someone
Oh
live
no,
there
no,
or
no.
caretaker?
Are you kidding? I mean, we've got Luciano. Let's see, I'm trying to remember his name now. Oh no, 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 no. Lucario Montez. He's the wealthiest person in town. Ah, he actually owned the sawmill before it closed down. So you might see him every once in a while. Like he's kind of wearing like this very clean suit. And he's got like a walking cane. So he always looks like he's got something to smile about, like that kind of wolfish way that he's got. Yeah. I mean, that's it's not like it's a tourist attraction, but if you're interested in fancy looking architecture, I mean, maybe you'll get lucky and you can go take a look at the house, even if you don't run into Mr. Montez.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we were going to go out for a walk today anyway. I think we were talking about doing a little bird watching. So if we head in that direction, then perhaps we'll meet him and see the house.
Yeah, it's funny you should mention that. Fancy looking architecture is one of my specialty interests.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
wherever we go, Cynthia's always telling us all about what you can tell about the history of buildings by looking at them. And
Roofs and trellises, I feel, are especially telling.
Keep her aside. I'm not surprised. Um, Millicent will say that it's like, yeah, the estate has been added to over the years, because, like, which is why it's like sprawling, and it's a very eclectic collection of architectural styles. Mainly is looking like a Spanish style villa, though. So could be fascinating for sure.
yeah,
Is it a walking distance from where we stayed, or is it a drive?
I'm gonna say it's like a tiny bit of a drive. I mean, like you wouldn't want to like walk all the way over there, but it's kind of like on the outskirts of this very small little town, because it needs to allow for space like that they've built on, like ever since that they've been here. And I'm gonna say it's a little bit like in the hills. So yeah, definitely a drive. But if that is something that you're interested in, I'm going to say we can do a paint the scene on it. And then if you want to actually go visit, then just keep these things in mind. Paint the scene for Casa Montez. What feature, apart from the wall, makes it clear that guests are not welcome?
So I got one. So it is an older building, and as such, it's had maybe a little bit of a questionable past. And there are actually old spikes, a couple of pikes around the building that may or may not have at one time had heads as a sort of like, keep out.
I think the one gate through the wall has a fence that is a beautiful old iron fence, not modern steel, but it is a formidable gate with a substantial lock on it and pointy bits along the top that would not be nice to climb over.
I would say something that is apparent as soon as Casa Montez comes into view is, besides the pikes and the formidable iron gate in the front, there is also a series of what look like they're like the black orb monitor cameras. So like they've been attached to the wall, post market, aftermarket parts, right? Screwed in, zzz, zzz, and it's one of those cameras that has 360-degree view. So it's got the orb on the bottom that's black and you can't see what's inside of it. And they're placed along the wall and by the front gate. So there's definitely something that they're keeping an eye on the wall about.
Modern
Imposing.
security as well as old school.
Mm-hmm.
I can picture the three of you giving it quite the contemplative look. Interesting. Okay. Well, complication with this. Let me see. Who can I throw your way? You know what? Yeah. Here's the complication. I think as you're talking with Millicent, then the door opens and it is actually Bessie Johnson who comes by. Now, mind you, it's been a little bit, so I don't remember how I made her sound, so I'm so sorry if it's not consistent. But yeah, I mean, she's covered in jewelry again. She's got like, when she comes in, like she sweeps the door open and then she's kind of like raising her hand, like as in like a big gesture of hello. And she, you hear her fake and possibly real jewelry, like, jingling as she makes her way to you. Ah, I hope you've had a wonderful sleep, ladies. I believe I had invited you to come and visit me in my parlor. I didn't know whether you wanted to take advantage of, well, my services. Yes.
Oh, I absolutely do.
Ah, it's wonderful.
But did we want to get out and see the birds early morning?
Oh,
Remember, there's a few that in the region that only come out early morning.
that
so perhaps
is
this afternoon?
Would
That
it
is
be
true.
possible for us to meet you this afternoon?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I just
good.
like stopping by and making my way and saying hi to Millicent. And she flashes this 10 kilowatt smile at Millicent, who just kind of looks up from her book and goes, as opposed to when she was just talking with you like blah, 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 earlier. So I don't think Bessie is one of her favorite people, but it's a small town.
She may or may not
You
be
gotta
ours
put up
either.
with each other.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. God, this chat. Oh my God. All right. So given that, since you want to try to scope out some places, let's take our first break and then we'll come back at the hour mark and then we will continue onward. You're going to go see the birds in the forest, or you're going to go head over to Montez to see the birds?
Birds.
Got it. Okay.
Birds.
So when we come back, we're going to be taking a look at the Montez,
Yes.
All right. So
I even have a little set of binoculars.
Hey,
They're not serious birder binoculars.
oh no. Oh, absolutely
Serious
not.
birder
I've
binoculars
got a
don't
cat. Cats are
fit
great at
in
spotting
my,
birds.
Right. I just feel like, the binoculars that Peril pulls out is like either like the real like spy looking glasses or the big honking like with the dials and like for the infrareds. Yes, like the readouts and shit. Oh god. Okay.
Yeah, we're looking at the birds.
The Mavens want to go ahead and check out some Boyds.
Boyd watching.
Boyd watching. I think as you're going down the street and you're taking the car to head over to Casa Montez, I think as you're heading down the street, I think you'll see on the outskirts, there is a woman who looks like she's wearing glasses from about 20 years ago. And she's got like a handheld instrument plus monitoring equipment that she's kind of like touting around on one of those like roller carts or something like that. And she's doing some weird, I don't know, calibrations, measurements on things that don't even look like they should be measured. So, I mean, like she's at the edge of a storefront, or she's like starting to move down the street and just kind of like raising her instrument like in the air for some weird reason, and then just kind of doing some calibrations. And you can see her doing this on your way out towards the casa.
Does anyone else appear to be like taking notice of this or reacting in particular ways?
No, I mean, like maybe like one or two people like out on the street are kind of like giving that like roll your eyes look and like, oh, this person's at it again,
So they can see her.
Yeah, they can't.
It's a good
That's
question.
a good place to start
Good-
in this
right.
town.
Good check. Yes. People can see her.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
Well, I want to stop and talk to her.
Okay, I was gonna say, Mazi's gonna like slow
Way down.
and like look at you guys, be like, "What? You want to check this out? Or are we gonna just keep going?" Like,
No,
what
I
you
want
want?
to talk to her. Not to delay further our trip out to the historic Casa Montez, but maybe we should ask her for directions.
Okay,
That's a thought. That's a good way to open a conversation.
so I will cruise up slowly on her, and maybe give just a light like tip tip on the horn,
Meet.
and then roll down the back window for Cynthia in the back.
And I mean, do you accost her first? Like as she's
Oh,
doing this-
definitely. Speak first, roll poorly later. It's the motto of this campaign. Darling, my little chicken, do you think you could give us directions? We're trying to find, what is it called, dear? Castle Montgomery?
Mont something?
Montana?
Montana. Yes, Villa Montana. Can you give us directions, please? We are but elderly travelers. And we seem to have lost our way. And I was wondering if a wonderful young lady such as yourself might be able to help us find our way, since we have lost it.
He has like all these warring expressions on her face, like as she's like, like she hears you, she turns to you, she's kind of like incredulous, and then she's like like kind of moving her eyeglasses up and down, like kind of looking over them, looking under them, whatever. And then she also gets this smugly superior look on her face when you say about being knowledgeable or whatever. And she kind of like stomps over after checking her instrument like a couple more times, like waving around, and then she kind of stows it into the pocket of her big ass jacket. It's like, are you Are you talking about the Casa Montez, perhaps?
Oh, that's it. That's
Uh,
right. I knew you would know as a woman of science. I knew you would know.
yes, yes, yes. I mean, then she kind of like like pulls it out because it seems like it must be blinking like in her pocket. So she checks it again. It's like, yes, it's the Casa Montez. I I don't believe they're doing any tours. I mean,
Oh, sure. No, of course not. We just heard the birding up there was excellent. You know, there's all those forests around and birds like forests. Surely, as a woman of science, you would know this.
uh, I don't have time to look at birds.
Oh,
I mean,
no, of course not. I wouldn't dream of inviting you along, dear. We just need directions. And I thought, here's a person who looks like she's very busy, but surely for elderly travelers like as ourselves, you would be willing to give us directions and maybe a little bit of information. Do you like cats?
I, I've had no particular affinity for cats.
Well, you haven't met my caviar. He's a darling.
Do you have business with Lucario Montez?
Only with Lucario Montez's forest and its birds.
Yes, I don't imagine that he would be up for visitors touring his home as it is. Yes, I would stick to the forests around if you are just looking at wildlife. I mean, that should
Oh,
be
of course,
fine.
of course.
Just I'm basically doing some work for Mr. Montez.
What type of work?
Medlin Move presence.
Let's see, presents. Oh, I have a 0. Can I use one of my cozy little place items
Absolutely.
to make it a better roll?
Well, at least to give you advantage, sure.
Okay.
To try for a better roll.
No, it must make it a better roll.
Till you roll 3 ones.
Stop it! Cursing yourselves. My God, stop.
I'm gonna use the specialty cocoon pocket jacket.
Oh, okay.
I have to describe how that would help, don't I?
Yes.
I think that the specialty cocoon pocket jacket is going to have a bird feather in it. In one of its little pockets, and I'll pull it out. It's just a little blue bird feather, but it kind of sells her on the idea that we're birding and we're looking for birds,
Gotcha.
Yeah. So is it 2d6 plus 1 then?
2d no, it's 2d6 plus your presence, and then you would do it's 3d6 because you're trying to roll with advantage.
Okay.
3d6 plus
3d6 plus
You
9.
only take the highest 2.
take highest 2, yes.
Okay.
I know how to explain this. It's great.
We got it.
Rules, schmools. I rolled
Schmools.
an 8.
Okay, great. All right.
And we all should be very lucky, thankful, grateful, because I rolled 2 2s and a 6.
Good job.
So that could have gone real south real quick.
Real south, real quick. It's
What's another
great.
bad roll this time?
Yeah, I mean, like it'll just complete the set, right? My God.
Like Pokemon, gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch all the bad rolls,
Mhm.
all the number ones.
We're getting them out now, so when we roll our Theorize roll,
Oh
It's
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's
how
all
it
great.
works.
Yeah. that's
Yes.
clearly what's
The
happening.
dice have a finite number of 6s in them, didn't you know?
That's just, as a woman of science, I would assume that you know such a thing.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Okay, hold on. Oh, well, you mean you guys like blew through a lot of clues. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to like all the interesting ones. It's like I think I've given you already. Holy crap.
Give us a boring one. I'm okay with that.
Give us a boring one, but then add eyes to it. There you go.
Heckin' eyes. Heckin' eyeballs.
Exactly.
Heckin' eyeballs. Okay. All right, I'm gonna see if I can try to weave all this crap in here. All right, so yeah, so I think as you're talking with her, I think you're making a decent impression of being a fluttery grandma's, like like out for bird watching and stuff like that. And I think she's also preening herself because I think you're laying it on a little bit like flattery is like the cream cheese of of a bagel kind of thing. And so she's enjoying this, and then she's kind of like being conspiratorial, like when she's kind of gets gossipy, like intermittently checking on her instruments and such. And then she'll just be like
Spill the tea, sis.
she'll be okay, sorry, I had to change like the tack for this particular thing. And I think she's just kind of like saying how yes, there's seems to be some natural wildlife and birds that you can look around the compound, but do not get too close, because a lot of important work is happening, as Mr. Montez has hired her for a specific research project that she cannot speak anymore about. And yeah, I'm taking these measurements. It's like it's so difficult to try and calibrate with any consistency, given the particular fields that are around here. So you'll excuse me if I seem a bit distracted. It's been 5 hours and I'm just still trying to get consistent readings. Yes.
Of course. Of
Yeah,
course, darling.
this isn't something like I don't know, radon or something that we should be worried about.
No, absolutely not. It's just particular patterns that just need to be noted down. And of course, it's like on my instrumentation. I mean, some of this stuff is very, very experimental. It probably too boring for you. It's fine. If you do find yourselves like around in the forest as a little curiosity, I mean, you might see some you might see some evidence of the old miners around here, or perhaps even as far back as the conquistadors, supposedly. It's been rumored, if I should be so hokey, there's rumors of gold in them thar hills, but that could be amusing for you in your bird watching, yes? And that's your clue. Rumors of gold. Rumors of buried gold. Mhm. So, all right. And then she kind of like, is now more concerned about like, the readings that she's getting on her instruments. So
I roll down my window and I'm like, thank you. What was your name, miss?
oh yes. It's Dr. Henrietta West.
Ah, Miss Dr. West. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And she kind of readjusts her glasses and looks at her instruments again, dismissing you from her mind.
All right. Peel. I'm just kidding.
It wouldn't surprise me if Mazi did that, actually.
I will not peel out until after I get past her a little bit. Then I floor it.
God.
Fishtail just a little bit on the slightly gravelly
God.
road. Just a little bit.
That's the camera scene, like actually. And then yeah, you do like a bit of a drive, and then you find yourselves like, well, out in them thar hills and stuff. But you do see the compound, in the distance, and then the a possibility of just going into the forest and then checking out the voids. So how do you want to play this? Does Pearl whip out the the specialty?
Oh yeah, I've got my binoculars.
I got a plan for how if we want to try to get in past the cameras. I got some ideas. Just saying.
I do not
What are
want
they?
people getting in, but I'm happy to hear your thoughts on the subject.
Well, two ideas. Well, okay, one main idea. I backtrack a little way. So I make sure the windows are up and it's just us. We're kind of parked. I would have like driven up, maybe then pulled back a little bit. So we're just sort of like peeking at it from a distance. Be like, so I could let you guys out here. You make your way through the woods. I go on up with the car and I get a little crazy with the wheel. Maybe make a few donuts, kick up some dirt, make a ruckus. Could either do that. Maybe in the doing it, there's some dust that flies up and, covers you a bit as you slip in there. I am also just looking for an excuse to make donuts in the front, this guy's front yard, of course. Full disclosure, guys,
I don't know, that the iron gate seems pretty insurmountable. Are the bars wide enough apart that old ladies can slip through? Is it high enough up off the ground that we could like scurry under? Not much of a scurrier myself, but
Can't you pick locks?
oh yeah, I guess I can do that.
Great
Is that
burglar.
not your
Great
skill set?
burglar.
Hold on. I thought we brought the burglar along.
Usually I'm picking side door locks and back door locks, not the front gate. Front gates are different. It's science. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, it's science. I wouldn't understand.
To quote another great grifter, usually if I'm doing my job right, the mark opens the lock for me.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh. Is there going to be somebody at the gate though?
I don't know. I
have one
mean,
of those
if we
little, like,
really want to get inside,
panel camera.
it might be better to do so semi-openly.
Yeah, yeah. That way, if somebody sees us, we're not automatically caught.
Yeah. I mean, and I would rather like to meet this mysterious Mr. Montez, frankly.
Lucario.
Get a measure of the man.
He's haunted. Definitely haunted.
He is haunted.
He is haunted. I haven't met him. I haven't heard anything about him. 100% haunted.
But
Probably not wrong.
Mazi, do you want to stay with the car or do you want to come in with us?
Does me staying with the car mean I get to do donuts? Because that's where I'm at right now. It's just I'm thinking donuts.
I mean, probably, definitely, probably. Nobody's in charge of you when we're gone.
Nobody's stopping me, is what you're saying?
pretty much.
This is why we get along,
Maybe
guys.
maybe if we need a distraction.
For a proper spin.
I'll come in. I can always hop in quickly and remote starter.
All right, Pearl. What's the setup? What's the deal?
Okay.
Pest control, right? Did you bring your jumpsuit? I'm done. Sorry, I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
It's daytime, by the way, just so you remember.
And thank goodness for that, because this would get a lot more dangerous if it wasn't. Though I don't feel safe around here even in daytime. Okay. I think we are not just birders. We represent a birding organization. And we are looking for a place in this immediate region for a small gathering or conference of birders. And as he has such a magnificent and well-placed home, we would like to talk to him about the possibility of renting part of the property for our conference.
The Devilwood branch of the Audubon Society.
Heck,
Something like that. 5 minutes on my phone to find out about the birds in this area a little bit.
All right, while you're doing that,
I'm very practiced at cramming and sounding like I know what I'm talking about, even if I don't. I mean, if he is a birder, I'm dead. I will not be able to fool him.
Sure.
But if he's not,
so while you're doing that, I will pull out some of my scrapbooking materials and sort of write up a couple of like almost like draft documents that we could use as almost like contracts that we're bringing for, make us look more legit. It is not cut out from other pieces to look like a ransom note, just to be clear.
That's a different type of business. That's
It's not like you will rent the house to us.
Oh my God.
we will place the rent in a non-consecutive bill.
Exactly.
Now I
At
feel
the
like I
end of
want
the
to trade.
pier at midnight.
Now I feel like I want to trade. Like I want to trade out. Like doing So sorry to Brindlewood Bay, but I feel like I want to trade out now to make you guys be out in space and play like a different car from Brindlewood game, Planet Ray Gun. Okay.
It would be fun to take, in some sense, the same characters through a bunch of different settings.
I mean, I can totally do that. We don't have to go right back to Brindlewood Bay next time. We can totally do Planet Ray Gun. Because that's all about heisting. So take you ladies through the heist. So anyway.
Yes.
Sorry. So is this a plan? Is this like the way you want to present yourself?
It's my plan.
Okay. All right.
I'm with Peril, but I'm going to stash caviar in his what appears to be a very large purse that I always carry on me.
Sure.
So he's out of the way.
Got it. Okay.
Shh, sweetie, shh. We're supposed to like birds now, so please be quiet.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think, yeah. Are you? So are you all going on foot to the casa? Or are you like trying to drive up saying, "Ooh," and and what are you doing?
I think we should drive up openly because I mean, why would we hide our car if we're here on legitimate business?
Legit.
Is there a call box or anything, or is it just like
a little screen?
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
Are you guys gonna let me touch the screen? It's on the driver.
No.
Well, I mean, like it's not video. Like there's nobody at the
okay.
other end. It's like it is literally a call box with a button, button buzzer. Yeah.
You can touch all the screens you want inside the building, Mazi.
Bzz, bzz.
You hear from the box. Yes. Who is this?
This is Angela Waters and my associates. We're here because we wish to speak to Mr. Montez about a particular matter regarding this property.
This is a private residence. You shouldn't. And then you hear like kind of like murmuring in the background, and then he comes back. Then the person comes back on and says, "Excuse me, Mr. Montez would like to see what your business is. Please enter the gate when it buzzes open."
Thank you so much.
And then like you see the gate like ponderously open up to allow you to go through.
So I will roll slowly forward as I roll up the windows. I'm like, okay, guys, I'm Francine. Got it?
Yes.
By the way, you guys can get from the way I act. I don't do this very often. I sit in the car and wait usually.
Yep.
Cynthia, are you Cynthia or are you somebody else?
No, I am going to be somebody else.
Okay.
So I have to pick a fake name right now, or
I would love to actually, because I haven't applied the complication yet, and I would love to apply a complication.
Oh no.
okay. I am going to choose the name Meryl Cheap as my
Is that two
bird, my
E's or an
Autobahn.
EA?
It's EA.
Okay. I'm Francine Giganopoulos.
And I forgot, Angela, what was your last name?
Waters.
Waters. Okay. All righty.
What was your first name, Cynthia?
Meryl.
Meryl.
Meryl Cheap.
Okay, writing this down because I will forget in 5 seconds.
Yes.
And just as a cure, just remind me, because I forgot from the very beginning, and I apologize, Luna. It's like, who knows Cynthia's real name besides the Mavens?
The Mavens only
Okay.
so far.
As far as you know.
You wouldn't have given it to anybody else, yeah?
No, because Peril signed at the overnight place.
Right.
And Cynthia doesn't give it out unless directly asked.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, you were known as Cynthia back in Europe.
Oh, yeah, I was. Yep, Cynthia Swift.
Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, you pull through, and it's like, again, this sprawling estate. Like, you see the main villa, and then you see like all the different other styles. It's like, like from not only around Europe, like maybe you see, I don't know, like, some kind of like British row home in one area, and then like maybe like a little bungalow, like, set off to the side. Maybe it's like the little guard hut, which is not so little, and then like some other eclectic styles like scattered around here. But it's all kind of brought together by this grand circular driveway within the compound, essentially, is what it is, because of the wall and the gate. So yeah, I mean, like, you can just drive up to the front, and then you are welcomed by what seems to be a manservant of some sort. I mean, like, not really in like butler uniform, but just kind of like a uniform of sorts. And you're brought into the foyer, and you see in the foyer this gentleman who is dressed in a fancy, absolutely dapper, clean suit, bespoke suit, and he's like on his walking cane, and then he has like a sweep of white hair, and like this grin on his face is kind of like a skew, but it's like kind of wolfish, you know. And he will raise the other hand, the hand not leaning on the cane, like in greeting, and then he kind of gives that look of recognition and says, "Cynthia, is that you?"
Absolutely not.
It is me, Lucario.
I'm sure we haven't met before.
Yeah, Meryl, do you know this gentleman?
I do not. In fact, I'm insulted by your forward attitude.
Oh, I'm sure he didn't mean anything by it.
My apologies. I tend to remember attractive women that I've met. I apologize for my forwardness. I, again, am Lucario Montez, the owner of this villa, as well as, well, before it closed down because of issues, don't talk about it, the sawmill that you may have seen on the other side of town. Yes. You said you had business here.
Yes. We represent the Western States Birding Society, and we've been hoping to get a good look around these woods because there have been some recent sightings, we're told, in the region of the gray-naped flicker, and which, of course, as you know, is very much endangered. And we were hoping that we might have some small conference in this area. We'd taken a look at the guest house in town, but it's not really quite what we need. And we were wondering, since you have such a beautiful and extensive property here, whether it might be possible for us to lease some small portion of it for a few days for our conference.
This would happen soon, or
Oh, we were thinking in a few months. Yes.
I see.
Yeah, their migration ends in a couple months and they are in this local region.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, this is a very interesting request. I would need to have you speak to my business manager and see if it would be possible. We have many things that happen here. This is not just my home, but a place of business as well as as well as research. Anyway.
Oh my goodness, what sort of research do you do here?
And he hedges research. And he just keeps on looking at Cynthia because he just is like, again, pardon my forwardness, you just look so much like an old acquaintance of mine.
Old?
Well, I am not of the spring years myself. I mean, someone I knew in my past.
Meryl, you could totally be Cynthia for a night.
And even his jaw drops.
Just like grabbing you, like.
Francie.
Well,
Sorry.
I wasn't.
I'll have you know I am neither old nor Cynthia. Please put this to rest.
I was raised to be a gentleman, and I apologize profusely for my forwardness. Well, at the least, I can offer you perhaps some tea, some
Tea
a
would be
little bit of
lovely.
something. Yes. Let me show you into the salon, and then I will have my servants come and bring you some repast. Have you done much bird watching today?
No, we were just heading out for the day, but we thought we'd take the chance that you were possibly available.
Well, it is quite odd to have strangers come into Devilwood, and I for something as niche, I suppose, as bird watching, but
Well, we go where the birds are.
I see. Well, come in. And he shows you into this very opulent lounge area, and cushy couches, and the big round low tables for, again, tea service or snacks or something like that, and big bay windows leading out to looking at the rest of the yard and other buildings that are on this property. And then he will pretty much sit and call for the servants to bring in some stuff. So I'm just looking at this chat. Why am I looking at the chat? If I look at the chat, it's like I get confused. All right, great. Anyway, do you want to do anything here, or you're just going to tea and go?
I would like to, in the Bethlehem with bullshit school of happy enthusiastic chatter, giving the impression of scatterbrained little old lady talking about whatever comes to mind. I'm going to ask him more about, what do you do here? How many people live here? And just
Pump him for info.
Yeah, pump him for info under the guise of just being generally nosy, chatty, feather-brained old lady.
Is there any chance I could slip away?
You need to go to the bathroom?
I do.
Okay.
I
How
would
did
like
you
to go
know?
look out the window.
Stop. No.
But they're giant bay windows. But I have a reason as well. I am
do
actually
it.
with one of some of those papers I brought in.
Oh.
I'm gonna kind of just do like some very light line drawings of like the almost like a map of like just
Get the
marking
layout of the
buildings.
place.
Mhm. But I am definitely like making a show of like looking up, like I'm looking for birds or something as I'm like,
Mhm.
like
Okay.
Not
All right.
casing the joint. Nope, not casing the joint.
not casing the joint.
Okay, so look, this will be the last ditch for any last minute clues. God knows. Hold on a second. I gotta count because I might even have to just make up some shit. We'll see.
37 clues later. And we
Look,
still
if
have
we're
no
rolling
idea
So
what's
ones-
going on.
paranoid
If we're
about what
rolling
happened
ones.
with our
No, but we still have to
Yeah,
tie
So
them all
there's
together.
wait, there's 20. There's 20 clues, and it's like I just keep looking at them, going like, how the hell am I gonna parlay this one? Because basically, what you want to do is like, Pearl's gonna talk to him, and
Mhm.
then like Cynthia's going to the bathroom, and then Mazi's
slipping
gonna
away
be
to do
looking through the
whatever.
window. Yeah, yes,
Mhm.
yes. So, yeah, I want. Okay, so hold on. Let's see. Let's look at conditions. Yeah, if this was at night, like Cynthia would totally be affected, but not during the day. I'm not going to do that. And then like Mozzie's already been marked by Wolf, but Wolf's not here, so that's fine. This is new and not okay. I don't
I
know.
am
How do you
doing
feel?
what I do best.
You are
but
doing what you do
Mhm.
best, and I'm going to ask you, like, how do you feel about this guy?
I'm not sure. I mean, he's an attractive man, I will say that,
Mhm.
and well mannered. Doesn't mean I assume that he isn't a scoundrel because, well, I've known a lot of attractive scoundrels. There is definitely stuff here he's unwilling to tell us, and so I just want to fluff head my way under his guard if I can.
Okay. Alrighty. And then Mozzie, you're looking out the window, and then Cynthia, you're going to the bathroom. The bathroom. Okay. So I want you all to roll. Tell me what your rolls are. If you can parlay some cozy quarters item to give you advantage, fantastic. Again, I'm not going to pull any of the conditions necessarily on you. So it would be advantage. 3d6 plus, let's see, Peril would be presence, and if Cynthia's being sneaky, composure, and then for Mazi it would be a straight reason.
Okay, I'm gonna use my bag of disguise holding and pull out from my bag as we're talking a well-worn field notebook, the sort that might have a life list in it or that sort of thing, and has a nice, weatherproof cover that I have to undo to get into the notebook and so on. So it's the sort of thing that somebody who's tromping around outside at all hours and all weathers would have.
Oh, absolutely. With a special pencil or whatever.
Yes,
Yeah. Mhm.
exactly.
Okay.
So that is how I am going to get advantage on this.
Okay. Mazi, Cynthia.
Yeah, so on mine, from my scrapbooking stuff,
Mhm.
because the night before I had actually grabbed a bunch of brochures.
Mm.
One of them might have been a little historical pamphlet of Casa Montez. So I will kind of pull that up and use that, like almost like I'm annotating on it as well. Like, this building is a garage. This building is like,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Cynthia?
For me, I'm going to let Caviar out of his bag,
Of course. Always
And-
advantage. Yep.
perfect.
and I'm going to have him sniff around and see if he can find anything interesting while I am sniffing around and seeing if I can find anything interesting.
Okay. So each of you make a roll. Let me know what you get.
I got
This
10.
is what the dice were waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Nice. Okay. Mazi?
It's an 8.
Oh, eight's, I mean, if you said 2 again, I'd be like, fucking A.
I had a 2 and a 1 and a 5.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. You're
It's
great.
fine.
It's great. It's like,
Uh,
it's better than
Better than less than 7.
Yes, exactly. Oh my god. Okay, so hold on.
I was hoping for better, man.
Yeah. All
You
right.
made me so nervous just now. You're like,
Well, I was also debating, do I want to bump it to the next tier and just get like a straight success without any complications?
that is up to you because
But
you
I'll
guys
go ahead
still
and take
owe
the complication.
Okay, so hold on. Because yeah, you guys still owe me a crown of the woods, but that's later. That's fine.
Mhm.
And I like Pearl, I owe you a void clue.
Yes.
And then
You owe me 2 void clues now because there was one that you were going to do
Oh.
when we get back to town.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So
Owed from before. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, but you be yeah, all of you get clues. Let me see what I got left. I'm just gonna like, just for time's sake, just because it's like I'm having trouble thinking. God, these are so hilarious. What's left? I'm gonna deal with Cynthia first because I think like as Caviar and you are looking around. Let me just make sure that it's not already in here. I think you find yourselves in a room near the bathroom, which have been pointed out to you by, a servant or what have you. I'm gonna say you find a beating heart in a jar. That's your clue.
Gravity. Okay.
Fantastic. Okay. And then yeah, Mazi, you're looking out and you're like checking out different buildings that are around in this particular complex, and you see, I think you see a little bit in the distance behind, like, if the buildings could be considered part of like a back boulevard, because again, this place is sprawling. I think like down the boulevard, you see what leads into what looks like a cemetery. And in this cemetery, it looks like there is a grave that has been disturbed. That's what you see as your clue. And Pearl. What do you talk about? Just remind me again, what do you talk about with him in your Twittery way?
How interesting his house is, and do you get lonely here all by yourself, or do you have staff that lives here full time? And oh my goodness, research. What sort of research would you be doing here? And
Yeah, I think he just seems like very amused by your like random conversations, like, oh, shiny. And then he's explaining, it's like, I can't possibly feel very lonely because I mean I have people working like in the research portion of the facility. I have my servants, I have like business that I run from here.
no
And
family?
he hedges on that one and doesn't say any more. What he'll do is like he'll kind of gloss over that and say, yes, it's wonderful what you can find out. We just kind of finance the experimentation of certain things. Do you know? I mean, it is very possible to marry well. Forgive an old man's wanderings and musings, but sometimes it is possible to think that you can marry science with possible ritual. When they come up with their formulae, they are using like a protocol, an algorithm, which can translate into you'll excuse me, magic spells or just again old rituals that have meaning.
How fascinating. I've often thought that our distant ancestors who believed in magic and all, they weren't stupid people. They must have had some kind of understanding. And now we have science, of course, which isn't the same thing as magic, but perhaps for them, their magic was a kind of like science.
Well, I mean, like, then he starts pulling out the whole astrology bit, like, like how like, like by navigating by the stars and also by the star patterns and like when certain things have been dated, it's like, you could trace back the calendar, and he starts getting like a little bit excited about it in his personable way. And then he even says, it's like, and this is the clue, he mentions that he has developed a ritual chamber that has these signs and symbols inscribed in it. So a ritual chamber is the clue.
Oh boy. Yep.
So anyway, I think, he wraps up the visit. You have finished tea, you have finished crumpets and whatever hell else that he has provided for you all. And then he wishes you well on your bird watching, and he will consider your offer for using a part of the place for like a gathering of bird watchers. He will even give you a fine card. It's of like finely milled that stiff paper with like a linen blend on it, and then
This
like
did
the
not come from
embossed.
Vistaprint.
No, it did not come from Vistaprint. Absolutely not. It's like the lettering glitters. Not in the cheap glitter way.
Yeah, no, this is the good stuff.
This is the good stuff. Staples. God. All right, so let's get you ladies back to town, and then out of character. Like let's hit theorize. You have 16 clues. Please God, you need only 8 to roll minimum. A flat roll. So I would love to see how you parlay more than 8 clues for a working theory. Again,
We can do this.
Your question that you have to answer is what's been happening to the travelers who go missing in Devilwood, and who or what is responsible? And you resolve this mystery by confronting the person or entity responsible for the missing travelers and putting a stop to their actions. Out of character, what do we got? Freewheeling discussion. Let's go.
Okay.
Freewheeling.
Sweet lordy, I have no idea.
And wait. Before we get started, I'm going to read out the clues. Mazi, do you have that TBD clue that you wanted to provide? Put your thumb on the scale about what you're thinking.
And
it doesn't have to necessarily be consistent with
others. Yeah.
Others. It could just be a clue that seems appropriate for this particular mystery.
Could I have found when we were on our way to the diner the first night and we passed by the fountain, could I have found a set of like a set of very nice, like sparkly diamond earrings? But it didn't look like they were accidentally discarded. They were like laid out.
Interesting. Okay. Sure. Go ahead and put that in.
Because I feel like jewelry could tie in a couple ways.
Okay. So go ahead and put that in the TBD clue, and then I will read off the rest of the clues. So the clues that you have so far: a photograph of a missing traveler, an advertisement for black magic for hire, a rat with a human face, a death certificate for Bessie Johnson, huge claw marks in the wall, a backpack with belongings of one of the missing persons, a corn doll holding a lock of human hair, a pair of very nice earrings laid out by the fountain, evidence of a secret government research project. I'm not even going to read the subnotes. Idol of an ancient god, a blood-stained altar, the unexplained fire, rumors of gold in them thar hills. Okay, that was pretty cool. Beating heart in a jar, disturbed grave in the cemetery, and a ritual chamber. Have at it. Let's start hearing it.
Okay. As appealing and entertaining as I find Lucario, so guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So very much
Hondo B.
behind all this.
Somehow he's behind it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So this town has had rumors of bad stuff going way back before his time. And I think that's because his family has been perpetuating this weird ass cult all this time. And it's pretty well dug into the town, which accounts for the fact that the guest house clearly has ties to it with the idol and the altar that we found there and so on and so forth. I think perhaps it was, in fact, Dr. West who approached him with some ideas about how to work this ancient knowledge into in with modern science. And I think what they have been doing is experiments on, well, good old Frankensteinian lines, restoring life to the dead, or a semblance of life. And obviously, for that sort of thing, you need bodies, so that's the grave in the cemetery. You need sympathetic magical links, which would probably be some sort of quantum resonance bullshit if you're going to go with the science angle, which would be the corn doll with a lock of hair. The government is involved in this, no question. It's not it's very much a one hand doesn't know what the other hand is doing thing within the government. Otherwise, the FBI wouldn't have been involved investigating the missing persons. But the research project is partly being conducted somehow or other through the guest house. And I think the heart in a jar is part of the revivification experiments, which might also explain Bessie Johnson.
So I like most of that, but I had another thing, and I don't know if we could somehow work them together, but the rumors of the gold in the hills were a little bit more than rumors. There actually was gold, but it was cursed because it had been buried on some sort of ancient ritual ground or something, so it became cursed. The earrings were made from that gold, and those were what one of the if we were theorizing that the wife came from the cemetery, perhaps those were her earrings that she was wearing at the time of her demise, or perhaps she was buried with them that helped to bring her back.
That's a thought.
Okay. Lucario grows up in this ancient lineage that supports a cult in Devilwood, right? He's grown up around this cult and all of their freaky rituals and their human-faced rats and whatnot. The reason
Rats
the cult
are very
exists,
important to them because they're in the carvings and the
clearly. The reason the cult exists is because his ancestors came to the land which was sacred and attempt to extract the gold. They came in search of the gold. They laid claim on the gold, and a curse was placed on their family. Now, Lucario is a man.
Sacred ground to get it.
Yes. Now, Lucario is a man of science, which is why in his early adulthood and late teens, he fled the country to go to Europe, which is where he knows Cynthia from, because he wanted to be away from his mystic, cultish, weird family and their weird cult beliefs, right? However, as he reaches a certain age, he returns and he says to himself, there's something true about this curse because his wife dies. So because he's a man of science and because his wife has died, now he has these competing ideas of the curse versus science. And his plan is to use science to defeat the family curse. In order to do this, he's getting government funding and government scientists to do research on his property that he has sold the military into believing that can make ultimate, warriors, right? He's like, we can make them impervious to rats with human faces. So they're digging up bodies. They've got people coming back and forth over the line, right? Ghosts that haven't passed on, people who are dead, who are still milling about, disturbed graves, because he's A, trying to bring his wife back, and B, trying to defeat this curse. And he's smashing ritual and science together, which he already said he was doing.
And the reason the travelers were taken was that it was assumed that nobody would know exactly where they disappeared, and unlike townspeople, you can't just go murdering random people in town because people will ask questions. But if a traveler who's tromping around in the woods for their stupid little TikTok videos or whatever,
oh, they moved on last week. I don't know what happened to them.
maybe they fell into one of those old mine shafts.
It's a very dangerous forest. We warn people when they come not to go to that sawmill.
Yep.
That's where they're collecting people.
Yeah.
We should have gone there.
We should have gone there. Mads, let us have more time.
She's like, no, jeez,
nope, you're cut off.
She's like, get out of this dang town.
Get cut off. Let's go.
Okay, so let's see. What have we not counted for?
The unexplained fire. I feel like that house is old and rickety, right? It was probably electrical. I don't know if we can fit that in necessarily.
Fair.
Yeah.
Although part of me really wants to see if we can fit Steve Clues.
Get them all.
Oh my
Get 'em
God.
all.
Jesus Christ.
Is this not what you asked for, Mads?
I mean, I am such a soft-hearted GM. It's ridiculous. It's like, yeah, it's just so crazy. It's great. Oh my God.
I'm like, yeah, we'll get everything.
I can account for the claw marks in the wall.
Oh yeah?
Oh?
The burned corpse with the scarily live looking eyes was one of the early experiments.
Heckin' eyeballs.
Heckin' eyeballs.
Heckin' eyeballs.
And they know about it at the diner. I'm not sure why it was stashed there, but that is one of the travelers, because the one whose backpack we found.
Because what are they going to do? Call the cops? They can't call the cops. The body's in their restaurant.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it actually has some degree of mobility under some circumstances, or did briefly anyhow. And it got out of the wall and out of the bathroom, but it could push on a door that swings, but it doesn't really have enough brain left to understand doors. So it was just trying to claw its way out straight out through the wall. And somebody rounded it up and stuffed it back in the wall and
stuffed it back in the wall.
did something to remove its power of movement.
They're like, shh, go back in your hidey hole.
Yeah.
You're lucky it ran out of juice, that it wasn't moving when you open up
the batteries ran out.
Oh, you would have had to jump in JoJo to catch up to me running out of town if that happened.
There would have been a real accident.
Boy, she's spry, that old lady. All right, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, oh my God, 14. Was it really? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So yeah, if that incorporates everything that you want. That's a plus 6.
I don't think it's good enough,
mean-
guys. Can we do better? No.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm guessing that.
Are you
that-
ready?
Okay.
Oh,
The
what else
rat
we got?
with the human face is another one of the early experiments.
Oh,
Yeah.
you discussed that already.
We
and
got that
like, we
one
marked it off.
No, advertisement for black magic for hire.
Wait.
Oh, you've got it. Oh, you've got it. Okay, go ahead.
And that rat lives in the walls of the building that caught fire.
Mm.
Oh.
He's
Chewing on
trying
the
to
wiring.
send signals through the electrical wiring and he caught the place on fire.
And that's what's making the ticking noises. It's
Oh,
him.
trouble.
Oh
Probably.
wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
Bessie Johnson got tangled up in this because she believes in black magic. She didn't have the whole truth, but she was getting too close to it and drawing too much attention to the idea of black magic in Devilwood.
Mm.
And that's how she became an early victim and then the first big success for bringing her back.
Plus 8. Oh God. Oh my God.
How are we feeling? Are we confident?
Wait,
This is all we got? Is this it?
Extra roll.
Give us some more clues, Mads. Give
No.
us some more clues.
no. You don't
You
get
got any
more
more
She's
of
like,
those
no.
No, no. I'm just gonna put this up because this is terrible. This is terrible. You guys are getting so many, like, you're gonna get so layered with like the void mystery. It's gonna be ridiculous when you get back.
Good.
Anyway,
So,
so
who's
yeah,
going to make the roll?
Not
yeah,
it.
who's-
Not
Who's
it.
making the roll?
I'm okay.
I will accept like one player each taking up a die.
They've both done this, so it's me.
All right.
The odds be
Okay.
ever in our favor.
So this is a
Plus 8.
15. I rolled a 1 and a 6.
I would have died laughing if you had gotten snake eyes. And then it would have been
We still would have gotten a 9 total.
We still would have done it, but it would have been.
well, give 10. Well, man, snake eyes would have been 10. Oh,
Oh yeah,
no,
you're sorry. You're right. I can't add.
we can do math.
Listen.
Listen.
Listen. Mads.
I just can't. Oh my God. Oh, no,
You can't tell me we didn't need every single one of those clues just now.
If
And then some.
okay, I'm sorry. I gotta write. I don't care if it takes up some time. I gotta write this. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I gotta write this in my server. It's like from her.
We needed every scrap of this. We fought for it.
Oh my God.
Damn straight.
Black magic, voodoo,
Mad science.
mad science, curses, haunted
eyeballs.
gold, heckin' eyeballs. It's been a wild ride. We got a little bit of everything for everybody.
The chocolate pie alone, I feel like.
And I
Is
mean the
enough.
chocolate pie. Yeah, that should have been a clue. The chocolate,
I think the
chocolate
pie is just
pie.
evidence
You
that
do
the
not get.
curse
That's
affects
a
the town.
that's fictional. That's fictional
curse.
positioning. Oh my
Part
God.
of the curse.
Montezuma's curse.
I mean, chocolate is from South America. We're talking conquistadors.
Yeah.
May you never make a good dessert with chocolate.
Again.
That's a terrible curse.
Ever.
That's a
It really
terrible
is.
curse.
Mm-hmm. That's just mean.
You would never have Pearl's chocolate babka again.
Unacceptable.
Who are we taking out?
Okay. So, given this incredibly effed up roll,
Hey,
no, it's great.
That
It's
was
great.
wonderful.
You know, it's a
Pearl, you
wonderful
did
roll.
a good job.
Yes.
You did good, Pearl. You did good.
Way better than Mazi.
Listen. Look. I'm gonna peel out and leave y'all behind.
I'm gonna say like it was like, one of the rolls a 1 and a 3.
It was a 1 and a 6.
I think you did
Oh,
great.
of the past rolls in the game. Oh God, they were
Yeah,
bad. They were
they're bad.
I think it
6,
was like one of
4,
them was
3.
just 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
My lowest one was a 1
Yeah,
total.
Pearl rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pearl rolled a 3.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had phenomenally bad rolls this go. And I'm okay with that.
Look,
Yeah.
we like to excel no matter what we're doing,
Oh yeah, we're doing
Including-
great.
being bad.
I excel at
We're
being
very good at being
terrible.
bad.
All right. So I just posted in the server. It's like people are gonna be like, why did you let them do that? Because it's like I'm a softie. What the hell you want?
And
from me?
because we've been so bad this
Yes. All right. So given this insane roll, like you got 15. God,
perfect.
I thought my very first like 2-shot of Brindlewood Bay was hilarious enough. It's like, they wanted to get almost all the clues. And I
Yeah.
think they got like, I don't know, plus blah blah. I thought that was bad because it was just like, I let you go on for too long. Why did you gather all these damn clues on a complexity 6? Anyway, yeah, it was pretty funny. This is absolutely hilarious. So I'm going to have you narrate what you would like to happen because I mean I was just going to, if it came out well, I was just going to be like, well, the FBI trace back to their friends, to their colleagues, and then like they will come into Devilwood and take care of business. But before that, I would like to hear your lead up from each of you, like how this works, how you are going to again confront Lucario and put them down.
I'm going to wait until we've got all 3 of us back in the room with Lucario. So I'm waiting for Cynthia to come back from the bathroom. And I don't know. Do you think we should claim to be FBI?
It wouldn't be the worst thing we've done in our lives, but
No.
It is technically breaking the law.
it's technically illegal. It's only illegal if you get caught.
Oh, we're gonna get caught.
No. We can pull this off.
Oh my
I say
God.
with all the confidence of a lifelong grifter and all the confidence of a player with a 15 roll behind us.
Oh, we're so getting caught.
You guys are hilarious. Holy shit.
Well, wait, I would have told you guys about Jack Wolf, John Wolf, George
Yeah.
Wolf. What was his name? Something Wolf.
Sheriff Wolf, whatever it is.
Jack Wolf.
Jerk wolf
Jerk Wolf with his dogs.
and his opinions about things.
Yeah. Getting
Old
close to my
ladies.
car.
No touchy.
I would tell you guys about him, but like, I mean, I'm now good buddies with the sheriff.
We're BFFs.
We're BFFs. I got his number.
If you want to
Ew.
make it, if you want to make it exciting, then Lucario is going to call you on your bluff and then have Sheriff Wolf be at the estate.
Sure. Yeah,
Ooh.
if one of the things he did was have one of his people go and look up information about the Western States Birding Association,
Mhm.
Oh, sure.
which doesn't exist because I made it up in the car.
No. You made
No,
nothing up in
no,
the car. What are you
no.
talking about?
Time to make a web page for it,
You didn't make the wiki on your phone?
The cell phone with 4
we don't.
buttons.
We need a Hardison if we're going
That's
to do
mine.
that. Anyway. So yeah, if he
Is he
confronts
gonna
us,
call the
I will-
sheriff to have us escorted off the premises?
Oh,
I
he's
will
going to well, I
wait.
mean, like, basically you find out that Sheriff Wolf is in his back pocket.
Ah, snap.
Yeah, Wolf does his dirty work for him. And it's like, he can't be it's like he'll say, it distresses me a great deal to have to take extraordinary measures. Unfortunately, rumors have a way of taking a life of their own, and especially unfounded ones like this ridiculous theory about my family and our rituals, and because bringing people back to life. That's is ridiculous, and extraordinary measures might be needed to prevent that from happening. And then he kind of like does little, to Wolf, and the dogs are kind of like, doing the growl at you, you all. And yeah, how do you want to wrap this up where we get the FBI in?
I drop the feather-headed persona, just boom, like that. Hard face, dead level eyes. Thank you. Thank you for making it clear that local law enforcement needs to be part of our cleanup. Putting my hand to my ear. All right, boys, move in.
I like it.
And I mean, and were you faking this, or you like, you have?
No, I think I was like subtly down below dialing my phone.
Okay.
And like texting.
Yeah, sure.
Frantically under
Right.
the table. So.
And I think you conveniently find that out from the woods, from outside the compound, it's like you hear like a ruckus, and then
Not a ruckus.
a ruckus.
Sorry.
And I think, well, yeah, I mean, I think you see like, like cars pulling up, and then like, the word, what the heck do they call them? Those jackets that have you have,
the FBI jackets with the
the guys with the FBI jackets on and such and so forth. And they'll actually like kind of stroll into the compound, and then
That's our cue. Scuttle,
Yeah.
scuttle, scuttle.
well, I mean,
I'm gonna talk to him.
oh yeah.
Oh, wait,
I'm gonna say, Special Agent Waters, here are the dossiers on the missing person.
Wow.
Special Agent Waters.
Nice.
And
Nice.
I think you'll find in this bundle of documents here all the information you need. And my team's been called back to Washington, so I'll let you.
I like it. I like it.
I love it. And then you
Scuttle,
guys
scuttle, scuttle.
scuttle, and then like they're kind of like looking out after you, and then I think like the agent that you handed off to looks at another agent and goes, "Do you know that team?"
What the hell are they?
Right. And then like, Lucario will just will look, he's under arrest and such. He's like under custody, and then he will look after you, Cynthia, and just you did not remember that night in Monaco.
Oh, saucy.
So, and then okay, so we wrapped up Hex Files. All right. So congratulations. Oh my god, what a ridiculous ending. It's great. And we have rewards, so we'll do rewards first, and then we'll go ahead and do end of session questions. Okay. All right, so rewards. You had found a sticky note in the belongings of the dead FBI agents. It has the username and password for SeekerNet, an online hub for cult investigators and conspiracy theorists swap notes. The site is awash in misinformation, but a user with real knowledge can occasionally be found. Add SeekerNet username and password to your cozy little place. There's a reward for information about one of the missing travelers. Add an expensive or luxurious item to your cozy little place. And then the rest of them are a memento from the investigation. Ask another maven what it is and add it to your cozy little place. So again, it's the SeekerNet username and password, an expensive or luxurious item to your cozy little place, or a memento from the investigation.
So I have two questions.
Yeah.
Do we each get all of those, or do we each get one of those?
Yo, you pick like one each.
Okay. I think a Pearl, that seeker net sounds like it's up your alley.
Agreed.
Okay.
I will
And then the
copy
other
it
one
in
sounds like
case.
it's up your alley.
Expensive,
Yeah.
luxurious item.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can actually do this. I don't know
I
if
got
it'll
it.
let me. You got it? Okay, great. Yeah. So
Then mine would be the
memento. Yeah, you would ask the other like another maven to tell you what it is, and then
Ooh.
add it to your cozy little place.
Let's go with Cynthia then. You raised your hand, so I was like, I don't know.
On your way out of the compound, you pull your handy dandy screwdriver out of your pocket and you take the call box with you on the way
Nice.
out.
Just pop it off.
Oh my god, that is hilarious.
Toss it in
And-
JoJo, head off to the sunset.
Does it have like a fancy like squirrely M on the side of it, like the house symbol?
Yes.
Ooh, ancient
And the
Spanish coat of
button is
arms.
red, by the
Oh,
way.
I love red buttons.
Me too.
And before you take the if you haven't already, if you haven't taken the FBI case files out of your cozy little place, pick one of those as the information that you give to the family, the missing traveler's family, and tell me what is the expensive or luxurious item that you get, Cynthia, for telling them about their family member.
I think I get a luxury watch
Hmm.
that was a memento of Troy's.
Okay.
It was his it was a gift to him that he was very fond of, and you can actually pop the face off of it like a locket, and there's an inscription on the inside that says now, always, and forever.
Wow.
And it's made of gold with
Wow.
diamond
Sparkly.
watch. What did they? Oh, what is it? The face of the watch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The bits.
The bits.
Okay.
Bits, bobbins, gold
All right.
watches. It's going in the pocket.
Okay. All right. Let's start with let's start with Mazi and go to the left. End
Did
of
we
session. Yeah.
Did we solve a mystery?
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Did you dote on someone? And this could be for not only this session, but for the whole mystery.
I
You
know.
doted on Pearl. When Pearl was all feeling all messed up when we got back from the diner.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
Forgot about that.
Did
I
you share your
my-
wisdom? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. Everybody
Okay.
else is either old or I didn't share wisdom with them.
Okay. Go ahead and add it to your XP track, and then of course, like also record the overage if you have any, and then pick your advancement. Yeah.
Ooh.
Make a note somewhere, like if you do have overage, like what it is before you completely wipe your XP track. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Cynthia, you solved a mystery. Did you behave like a woman half your age?
No. And
Not-
if I'd been paying attention, I would have. I totally lost track of I would have taken advantage, but nope.
Yeah. Okay. Did you show someone that you still got it?
No, I don't think so.
I think.
Can we talk about that crow though?
Okay. Well, wait.
What is the deal with the crow? Okay.
Hold on.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No.
Okay. Well, add that XP point, and then to your XP track, and then clear your dawn. End of session questions. Go ahead and change the elective ones if you want. Okay. And Pearl, solved a mystery. Did you show somebody that you still got it?
I think so, because that was the most spectacular piece of grifting I've done in a very
Yes.
long
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
And I don't know how I wound up having the same question on there twice. I was not paying attention, but that's okay.
Okay.
So that fills me up.
Okay. And then again, just change your end of session questions.
Yep.
Alrighty. And then once you take an advancement, then clear your track. Okay.
Yep. I think I am going to bump my presence up by 1.
Okay. And then for next time when we start a new mystery, and it's like, feel free and have all the vulnerable scene that you need, we'll establish you guys back in Brindlewood Bay, and then hit the ground running with the town in earnest.
Question.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I go with Frank Columbo?
Let's see. What's Frank Columbo?
That's being underestimated, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay.
Oh, should we be doing our Crown of the Woods?
Yeah.
Yes, please
That
do
was my
your
next thing.
let's do your I cannot speak today. Please do your crowns before we hit stars and wishes and any other reveals that you want me to try and explain. Oh, and then I do have not a stinger scene, but I kind of like want to include a little
Tag.
mid-credit scene. Like if you want to keep it, great, and if you don't, I totally understand. So
I know my dream.
okay.
If you guys know yours or you want me to go.
Go for it.
So crown, let me just read it again. So this way it's for the video. So we're picking crown. We have Crown of the Woods, where each maven describes a disturbing dream that they had the previous night.
All right. So this is probably after the first time I fell asleep, which might be why I didn't really sleep great the rest of the night. So the dream starts out that we're back at the diner having an enjoyable little dinner, and I have to go to the restroom. And so I go in, nothing seems weird or off, go to the restroom just like normal, washing my hands, and I hear very loudly like the ticking of the clock. And I look up, and in the mirror behind me, I see the back of like the raven. It's like larger and closer, almost like it's, kind of just behind me. And as I'm watching, the head does a 360 or a 180, sorry. And it's a human face, and it's just like smiling. And then I wake up. Because that raven is the worst.
Unsurprisingly, the raven also featured heavily in my dream. In my dream, I'm back on the terrace at night, and Caviar is there, and he hops over the railing and down safely somehow onto the ground and scurries into the forest, and I'm distraught, and I'm shimmying down the side of the building, and I'm running towards the edge, the wood tree line in the forest, and it's dark, and I can just see Caviar as his little tail scurries into the shadows, and I chase him into the woods, and I'm calling his name, and I can't find him, and I see him just over the horizon, and I chase him again, and when I catch up to him, I go to pick him up, and his head does the 180 thing, and it's the crow's face, and it squawks loudly, and I drop Caviar, and I wake up.
So who's swapping faces in Pearl's dream? No.
Yeah, face swap.
Well, it does involve faces, but I wasn't actually swapping anything.
Oh, okay, fair.
Poor Mads.
So the dream starts out as if I'm just waking up normally. I'm in the hotel room. I can hear the other two breathing, clearly asleep. There's just the tiniest sliver of light coming in through the around the edge of the door from the hallway, because hotels very often seem to not seal that well, especially older buildings like this. So there's just enough. I'm aware of this weight sitting on me. Caviar, go back and snuggle with Cynthia. And I reach up to push him aside, and I feel this very, very short fur and this awful naked tail. And I realize there's now just enough light that I can see that it's the human-faced rat sitting on my chest, and baring its teeth. And that's when I wake up.
Oh my God, you guys. Woo. Amazing. Holy shit. Oh my gosh.
We're creeping ourselves out. So
Yeah, we are creeping ourselves out. I mean, like, I'm just like, okay. I'm gonna say, before we get to stars and wishes, I'm gonna say that yeah, we get a vision of, or we get a sight of Jojo like doing a donut or so, like in the driveway of Lucario's estate before heading out and just busting out of Devilwood. But I think somehow in the trunk of Jojo there is like a scrap of something. It looks like a tattered raincoat of some sort, because it's like, there's like a flashback of the Raven like somehow like ending up in the car, like, either through a crack of the window or something, but ending up in the car and then dropping this piece off. It was after Walt had disappeared from the scene, from under the streetlight, and you can see in the trunk there's like a kind of like a mist, or not a mist, but like some sort of like translucency starting to come through it, and it looks like the beginning of a ghostly hand that seems to be coming out of it, and it's in your trunk. So you wanna roll with
Mads,
that?
you're not allowed to haunt Jojo.
Oh no, I mean, it's not just gonna be Jojo. We'll see what happens next time.
What are we bringing back with us?
We'll
Walt's
see.
very nice. He's very
Yes.
sad and he's very lost, but he's very nice.
Yep.
Well, I will drop him off at your house then.
You can keep him.
He's all yours, buddy.
There you go. All right. So let's run with stars and wishes. All right. Again, stars are things that you loved about the gameplay, each other, role play. And it could be from this session as well as like previous sessions as well for this mystery. And then wishes, of course, of like what you'd like to see in the future. And I
I'll
owe you
start.
2 void clues. I know.
Don't forget, write it down.
I'm gonna try.
I think it's on. Didn't we put him on there?
Is there a place for
Oh,
void clues?
no.
Oh,
Okay.
wait. Oh, you know what? I probably should just, okay.
I'll just put 2 TBDs.
Yeah,
for
2
ya.
TBDs for me. Thank you. Perfect.
I want to give stars to Mads for being so
So
for
roll
putting
with
up
it.
with us. Yeah. For having
Definitely.
fun and for making playing fun. This whole story arc has been a wild, spooky ride, and I've enjoyed it so much. And I really appreciate the way that you run your game and the way that it encourages participation and creativity and just like having fun trying to creep you guys out and making jokes in the chat and everything. It's been so much fun. So thank you, Mads, for running this.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
As far as wishes, I'm ready to get back to Brindlewood and make a fool out of our best friend, Sheriff What's-His-Face.
We don't even know his name.
Oh, I know
Good old
his name. It's
Sheriff
Dalrymple,
What's-His-Face.
but I still call him What's His Face.
Yeah.
Hey, you. What's her face? Get over here.
You with the face, not you, rat. The other rat.
Love it. Love it.
Wow. Stars all around. I mean, this has been just so much fun. This whole plot line has been such a great. Okay, we're doing a relatively lighthearted mystery with the bake-off, and then oh, bad things happening. Very bad things. Very, very bad things.
That escalated quickly.
Yes, and I love it. I am very
Okay.
much here for that.
Mhm.
That and it was so much fun saying, "Okay, dang nabbit, we are going to tie all those clues."
I didn't think you were going to be able to do it. I have to say, I mean, like if I had bet on it, I would have been like, nah, they're not going to do that. They're not going to try to incorporate all fucking 16 clues. What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that's
Now you know better.
Now I know better. All right, great.
Hold our beer collectively.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, I don't know if anybody else would have been tolerant enough to like allow
That's
you to
true.
do that.
Fair.
But I knew you guys wanted to enjoy this weird town a little bit more. So, it's fine. It's all good.
And as far as wishes, I'm looking forward to getting back to normal, even as what constitutes normal is starting to shift from under us. And that contrast is going to be fun because we're like, okay, we left the weirdness behind. The weirdness is in Devilwood. We're back in Brindlewood Bay. Everything.
Like, oh, maybe not.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to realizing that we didn't leave with the weirdness behind.
We
came
are the
back
weirdness.
to our weirdness.
Yeah. Although I might make it worth your while. I mean, like I know that you've played other versions of like other tables of Brindlewood Bay, Kathleen, but I mean, I'm gonna bring back an oldie but goodie because I think it'll appeal to your like all of your former criminal tendencies, like more.
Ooh.
So
Intrigued.
good.
Yeah. And then the intrigue one will happen after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, yeah. Do you want me to go, or do you want to go, Rachael?
I can go. I didn't know if Kathleen was done.
I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, definitely, Mads. Thank you for letting us just like go hog wild. I love it. It's been a blast, and I really like playing all the, getting to be kind of like old but like fun, but playing that old lady card when we need to and want to, but also like slapping people down like no, and letting us is great. Cynthia with the I'm not Cynthia. I don't know what you're talking about. Like just so like deadpan. I'm not Cynthia. Like perfect. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I really liked your really creepy dream, Peril. Kathleen, that I had rats and I like rats, but I know the feeling
I've
of their
had
tail
rats too, and I love them too.
Yeah.
And that tail is still kind of
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about.
scaly.
Wishes. Oh, I don't even know. I am looking forward to getting back to Brindlewood Bay, and I think we can get into some new trouble in Brindlewood Bay with our recent chaos that we've done. So I definitely am looking forward to seeing, I guess, more of Brindlewood Bay as well, since we haven't seen a lot of it.
Feel free, and in fact, you know what? Let's this was encouraged in the very first game, a campaign of Brindlewood Bay that I played, yeah. And like, the GM Bob was like extremely great about having us add to this town that we lived in, like, and make it feel lived in. So before next time, if you don't mind, I would love to see adding to the Brindlewood Bay tab in the character keeper. It's like, each of you name a location that is meaningful to your character, to Peril, to Mazi, to Cynthia, in this little town that you found yourselves in. Not just the Candlelight Booksellers, obviously, but I mean, like, some place that you would frequent other than that. Okay, so go ahead and add to it. Give like maybe one NPC for that particular place that you're friendly with, and then like let's start filling out this town. Not that we're coming back to it. Yeah, I mean, I just want to give stars. Holy shit. Heckin' eyeballs. It's like this fun. And your like reactions to the different things that happen were just like, just on point for the characters. It was great. I totally can see Cynthia being just so composed. Just like, just passing it up and just doting on Caviar. So good. And Mazi just kind of being like that lovable goofball. I mean, like, I'm not coming up with the plans. I'm just drive to do donuts. The opportunity to take Jojo out was wonderful. And then of course Peril, just such a, again, the grifting life, and then just being able to play all sorts of different characters is just so much in her wheelhouse. It's like just wanting to be somebody else, and it's like, will Peril be herself, and will she find somebody to be herself with? I'm hoping
Right now, there are 2 people on Earth that she is herself with.
yes, but I mean, maybe somebody else. We'll see.
I said right now.
Right now, exactly. There's still a yet. So excellent work, ladies, and it's like it's a great ride. I mean, I have to say, you have run with my premise for this more than even I would have thought that anybody would have run with my premise, and I thank you so much for it. I mean, stars for being these characters and just having those former criminal tendencies that you just, you can take the girl out of the but that, yeah, all that fun stuff. So.
Can't you pick locks?
It's so great because you just remind each other, or like you just remember, like, well, I can do that. I mean, that's not a big deal for me.
Oh, right. I'm kind of a cat burglar. Like, that is my shtick.
That's kind of my whole thing. Sorry about that, guys.
No, not at all.
I do feel like in character, like that you would have been like, how are we going to get through that gate? And I would have been like, can't you pick locks? Like, isn't that your thing?
Yeah, it felt very in character.
It was very in
Just
character,
like,
and I loved it. I mean, like, that's the thing. You don't even
It
have
would
to
have been
remind
like if
each
we're in
other.
a car lot and you're like, how are we going to escape? Hello. I can hotwire any of these.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I got to get you into a situation where you have to do that.
well, I'm here for it. I'm
Car
here for it.
chase?
God, just remind me, please.
Yeah, when a
like,
car chase.
like DM me with your character wishes, because I'd love to see how much trouble you want to get into before the campaign is over.
I want to see a Mission Impossible moment with Cynthia where she has to like lasers and like drop down from the ceiling. Dun, dun, dun.
Do you still have any of your cat burglar kit? We'll see.
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely.
Love it.
I have a feeling the FBI impersonation is going to come back.
Oh, I can't
somehow.
Bite you in the ass.
Nah,
Even if it doesn't bite, I mean,
just a nibble.
yeah, I mean, I keep coming back
A gentle
to Leverage because
caress.
it is
That's
like
a
my
warm
favorite
breath.
show on Earth.
Yeah.
But
It kind of helped that you were like on an opposite, like near an opposite coast.
yeah, like
I was
pretty
gonna
sure
say
the
there's
jurisdiction is nowhere near.
there's the possibility that Sai could have known one of the FBI agents because she, at the end of her career, turned into somebody who helped catch
That's true.
people.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
was like, uh-oh, are we gonna have a double recognition here? But other side of the country.
That's why I was like, I'm just gonna bail out before they come in because
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. They don't see the guy. They don't see the guy in the car. It's fine. It's all right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Just sitting there
well,
like,
it's just- my team and I have to get back to Washington. Sorry, let you. Here's the information you can clean up.
Oh my gosh, so good. All right.
You
So
guys have
remember,
this.
that for next time, or before next time, I should say. So yeah, just put in like for each of you like one location that's meaningful to your character, and then add an NPC that goes with that particular location. Like, and how you're friendly with them, distant, adversarial. I mean, like it doesn't have to be like all like, smiles and sunshine. I mean, sometimes like the best relationships are the ones where you're like, oh my God, I can't stand this person, but I love this place. So yeah. All right. So have fun with it. And then I will see you. Hold on. Oh, dates.
June.
That would be the 13th. We are going to meet back on the 13th of June. So hopefully everybody is going to be all set for that. And then again, I'll bring up an oldie but goodie. And yeah, let's have some fun with this because I owe you 2 void clues and a whole lot of layers. All righty. Oh, especially because of the way everybody like was ending up rolling at the end. So
We were great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Rolled so good.
So good.
Nat 20s
So good.
all over the place.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
nat 20s on our d6s.
I do. God. Dear
That's how
God.
that works, right? So,
If,
yeah.
if
yeah.
oh God, if that ever happened, I'd be dying. I'd be like, okay, I let them go on way too long. The pit went on for way too long. Oh,
Ooh.
oh,
You're like,
God.
well, I rolled snake eyes, but we have 15 clues. So,
But, however,
and I'm going to take a crown.
let us
For
not
shiggles.
forget.
Oh my God. Oh, how messed up is that? It's like you still feel like you need to take a crown to do this.
I don't want to just win. I want to win.
Oh my God, power gaming. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Home gaming in Brindlewood Bay. That's
Don't just don't.
This is how you win D&D, right?
No.
You win it.
I cannot min-max for shit, so it
I
doesn't
can't either.
matter. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful
Thank
evening.
you.
and
Yes,
we'll
thank
see
you.
Phew, if I don't see you again for
Bye.
something else.
Yep. Take care.
Bye. Take care.